What's up, Helix users? This is Steve Storlacci, and today I wanted to talk about the most underrated, underused, under-talked about feature of the Helix, which of course is the pedal edit mode. For those of you that don't know what pedal edit mode is, it's a way to edit your presets, your sounds, any parameter that you can adjust on the Helix. You can do it all hands-free, and you do it on the floorboard. So why this is great is because you get to play and tweak at the same time. There are so many different ways to make a preset and different ways to dial things in. A lot of people, including myself, would use a looper first in the chain so that you can listen and tweak at the same time. But I think pedal edit mode might be a little bit more flexible because you can even adjust as you play and be playing with a band or, on stage or recording to a backing track, whatever it is that you're doing. I think pedal edit mode is something that every Helix user should know about and be using. If you currently use pedal edit mode often, then let us know in the comments what you guys use it for and how to best utilize it, because I'm sure other people that are curious about it want to hear other people's experiences. So shoot a comment down there if you are a pedal edit mode user. For the remainder of the video, we are going to be looking at a Helix cam, and you're not going to be seeing my beautiful face for the rest of the video. So before we even get there, I want to say thank you guys for watching the video. I will see you in the next one, and let's go over to the Helix and see what I'm talking about. All right, so looking at the Helix over here, you might see some shaking around, obviously, because I'm kind of stepping over here. Never filmed like this before. It's quite interesting, but I'm playing my Sir, and I'm going through this Bassman preset that I made. This is actually a direct comparison to my real Bassman capture that I made in my Quad Cortex. So I think it's a pretty good sound. I'm using an Ownhammer IR for it, and we're gonna do some adjusting. So typically, you'll see this type of menu, right? Your regular snapshot or preset view, stomp view, whatever you're doing. But I'm going to hit that. Well, you don't need to hit that. So I'm just going to hold this down. And when it says hold to edit, it takes you to this pedal edit mode. And right from here, you see all of your signal chain blinking. And basically what this is asking is what you want to adjust. So if, for example, let's go with my Diana drive here. So you're not sure how to set your Diana drive, for example. You don't know how much gain you want on it. So you can actually use the expression pedal here. And you'll see that the gain is fluctuating up and down corresponding with my foot. So if you only want some light gain, you can use your foot to get you in the ballpark. And now you have your value plus and minus, and that takes you up plus or minus 1/10, the smallest increment you could possibly go. I think 3/2 is a pretty good spot. And now say you're looking at the next parameter, which is voice. What does voice do? Okay, it's not a tone knob, it's not a treble, it's not a mid, it's its own thing. So you kind of have to experiment to see what it does. So how I would typically do this is I would put it on 0, and then I'd max it out. So it's kind of like a treble high-end type of thing. And then I would just kind of sweep around until I find my sweet spot. I think that's close, but maybe a little too much, so. Awesome. And if you are ever on a gig or something and you're at rehearsal or you're playing and you need to make a quick adjustment, say it's too low, you could just click on your level here and then just bump yourself up a little bit and it'll correspond to your volume. It could be a volume pedal for the one pedal if you ever needed it for that case, but I wouldn't suggest doing that. But yeah, if you're ever stuck in a bind and need a little bit more volume, you can just, as you're playing, go into here and make that edit. Let's move on to something else. So one of the big things that I used the pedal edit mode for is learning how to do EQ by numbers. So here I have the calligraphic, and this is a great one to learn if you don't know what frequencies sound like when you hear people talk about, frequency by numbers. This was a great one for me to learn. So let's just take, for example, 2200, and how I would do this, I'd go all the way down with the volume or the expression pedal. So this is at the lowest possible setting. And here's now the max setting. So that's upper mids. So that's going to be like that, where you start getting that like bright barkiness to your sound. And that helps you poke out through a mix for those that are keeping score of that. And yeah, go through this with each one of the bands. If you don't know how to do EQ by numbers and you don't know what they sound like, you could just do that. And it makes it really easy to learn how to EQ and talk about it in terms of numbers. So the most basic thing here is amp settings too. So you pull up your amp and say you don't like something, even if you're starting a preset from scratch, this is a great way to do it. If you want to play along to a backing track, you can literally tweak your amp as you go. And yeah, so if you're messing with your amp and you're playing and you need a little bit more treble, you could just click on the treble here. And again, with the expression pedal, this is more drastic. And then you have your value plus and minus for your fine tuning adjustments. And then exit takes you back. If you wanted to save your preset, you can hold where it says, I'll get back to it. Where it says exit, it says hold to save and exit. So if you just tap exit, it goes away. But if you hold that down, it'll actually save the preset. I'm not going to do that because I just did a bunch of stuff that I probably don't want to do. So yeah, if you're not using pedal edit mode, I highly suggest you check it out, mess with one of your presets, and let me know how it goes. Hope this helped you guys out. Thank you guys for checking it out, and thanks for watching.